Gotcha. same table stuff. Okay.
Testing.
Yeah.
Recording already.
Right, yeah, I recorded. As soon as I got here, because I didn't want to take the chance of not.
Okay.
At last time.
It's not the camera, it's the PC. Your power's on, because you're powered up. There we go. There you go. And you just gotta blow it up, and then I'll scroll it when necessary.
I've got a video here too. So if you wanna, can you this?
Yeah, I'll just
hit play.
Yeah, I'll just bring the chair down. I'll bring that chair over here and just sit over here. And just hit play whenever you're ready.
All it is it's photos of the park that we adopted, just so people know.
No, she called me, she just got in last night, won't be here tonight. Okay? got shirts? Hey, Richard. I didn't bring my thumb drive, of course. Well,
And I don't, no,
I haven't got my computer with me.
right.
Well, I didn't bring my computer. Oh, here, I don't know, that was the deposit slip,
Okay,
just for the,
right.
and these are, you can use these. You can put more money on these, so I didn't know if you just wanted to keep these and regen them, if we're gonna use these for,
I know next, was it January, they're gonna start taking out, or, let me call and find out how much they're gonna start taking out, because they're gonna start bleeding. That was my understanding from Paul.
I'm giving 3 away tonight.
How many do you have in there?
This is the one I used, this is the one I wanted to, I got the, but I used it.
So it's empty?
It's already empty.
Oh, okay,
But I said,
so we don't have to pay for a
we
new
don't
one?
pay for it unless you wanna,
Okay.
put money on it. I figure why, I didn't wanna throw it away until I figure, well, maybe we just wanna regen these
Yeah.
for recognition again next
Okay.
year. I don't know how it works, but I just figure I'll just kick,
I'll call
and I'll tell these folks the same thing tonight, so.
Yeah, when you're done with this, give it back to us.
Yes. Midori, Neff, Nancy Bisbini, and Virginia Wolf, who probably told me she will be getting busy for, she's got things going, but she's gonna get active. She's at the picnic, so I talked to her, and she's gonna get active. And I don't either. But I think Neff was in. Yeah, I will. I think, yeah.
Why not? Yeah, or election. You can have it as long as you don't make a mess.
Yeah.
We're all adults here.
Well, that's what it says on our name, on our licenses, but that we're all adults here, yeah.
checks, but I'll keep the little slips of paper to give to Mary. Sure. Okay. Oh, I want to.
Deposited the checks, but you gave a $15 check. What? You gave a $15 check instead of $17 check. I figured it was just a...
It was a typo.
Because I'm looking at it like 34, wait a minute.
Okay, I'll just probably end up, do you still have the check, or do you deposit?
I didn't notice until I deposited and I was recording it.
I'll check and see if I've got $2 in there.
Okay.
Anyhow,
And their names are on here. Yeah, I'm writing these down as well, just so we have,
and then I need, I've got one more check back here.
Okay.
I'll just bring them up to you.
Yeah, and then I'll just deposit them.
I thought we ordered. You're right. We did not order specific male, female shirts. Okay, then she would actually take the meeting.
Yeah, and that may very well be the one that I told you, Ron, he told me that came in with a flaw, and they sent it back and ordered another one, and she didn't get finished embroidering it. I would say, issue what we got is.
That's a lot, that's not that big. Yeah.
I know, and that was my sort of research. No, no, it goes into ushering. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they could get, go back to the year 2000.
Yeah, there's coffee, there's, no, these rumors, the thing.
Hey. Officer Davidson. Good, sir. How are you? Good. Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll start at 6:30 and whenever, as soon as we start, we'll do the pledge and then we can, okay? Is that you guys over there at the high school? Yeah. What's going on tonight? Cool. Very good. Sarge? What?
Did you have to go out to fingerprint today?
No. Oh, yeah, not me.
Okay.
I'm not, I'm not very good at that. Yeah. Very good, man. Okay.
How can you? How you doing? David Ruffalo?
So we will have people.
They're okay with this?
Good.
Hey, John. I'm good, how you doing?
Working on the set, I'm gonna try to get a photo.
Which does this screen stay on?
Yes. Well, it'll fade off eventually.
Okay.
It'll go to black, but it'll be on. Yeah. It just helps pick up the background noise, I guess. We have those mics here set up now? These are set up to go, yep. So, what I'll do is when I get you a check or whatever, Me and his brother run the, sports. No, not really. Those are fast. Yeah, that's what I got. Okay. I was gonna get back to, whoa, 6:30, no, I don't think so. Usually works harder than four. That's next year. Hey. Good. Not that report. Okay. Things were quiet. I checked your district tonight before I came. It's only been, there was only two, in a whole month, there's only two house burglaries. Everything else was kind of stuff we wouldn't be, looking for anyway necessarily. Family disputes and all that. This is the time of just casing. Hey, Friday, no. Water back there. I don't drink water. It's not good for you. Screws up your kidney, it's all rusty. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First, we have Officer Davidson here, and he's going to present us with a check from the shop of the cop.
celebration, everything you guys did. Appreciate it. It was a success again this year, so, it's great for the community, and we really appreciate everybody's help. Came together very well. Thank you. Thank you.
Starting off, do we have any non-agenda related comments?
Yeah, I'd like to take this opportunity to hand out the signs and uniforms that we're gonna pass out
For the members?
for the new members.
Okay.
Mr. Door. Nancy, front center, please. Here you go, sir. Your official sign and your shirt, you're ready to go. There's a little tick mark in the center, put a straight line between them, cut them with a razor, without cutting yourself across that. There you go, man. You're dangerous now. You did? Yeah. Well, shame on you, right? That's okay. You got to work on it. Okay, there you go.
6:31, we'll call the meeting to order. First, we're gonna need approval for the October minutes. It was emailed out last week, I believe, the audio file and the transcript.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as posted.
Second? Thank you. Next, for police department. Your report.
Hi, everybody doing tonight?
Turn it on, sorry. No. Was it? Okay. Green light, okay.
I don't know, I'm sure somebody was here last month, from the PD, but not a lot has changed since then. In District 1, we're having some, vehicle burglaries, mostly happen at night. We think we have our suspects in those cases, and arrest should be forthcoming. In District 2, which I'm responsible for, oh, by the way, I've met most people in here. If you have not, I'm Carter Rural Police Department. I'm in charge of our tactical unit, and I primarily work District 2, which everybody here knows the district, everything Concord over is my area. And my group is a group of all the unmarked cars, general police cars, and we mostly deal in, the narcotics end of it, and, all the tactical injuries and stuff like that. But I work closely with the, district commander in reference to crime trends, because that's also one of my responsibilities. Anytime we have a hotspot, or anything we've identified as a hotspot, my unit goes in and tries to apprehend it, whether they mark people, can't do it, or the detectives. So I'm pretty much versed on what's going on in the city, especially in District 2. And in District 2, our problem right now is daytime residential burglars. The MO, modus operandi, or method of operation, what our bad guys are doing, is they're targeting houses that are a little bit more secluded. They knock on the door, make sure nobody's home. If somebody's home, they come up with a ruse, and like they're selling meat, or they're selling magazines, or, hey, I work for a lawn care business. And then they soon after leave. They're not targeting houses that are occupied. If they get no answer at the door, most of the entries have been through the rear, a rear slider, or kicked in the front door. So, something for you guys to be looking at when you're out patrolling, this is all daytime, by the way, usually between 8 in the morning and around 4, is, if you know your areas, any unusual cars that might be there, we're finding a lot of them are backing right up into the driveway, and just, unusual people that might be in the neighborhood. For an example, it seems to be mixed races involved. We've got Hispanics with whites and whites with blacks. It's all a mixed combination, so it's not nothing that will probably normally stand out, but if you know your neighborhood, know your neighbors, and know that somebody don't belong there, maybe something good to call in. As a matter of fact, last week on Halloween, they tried to break into my house. I'm at the gym, I get a call from my wife, and she said somebody's knocking on the door. She looks outside, and there's a white male down by a car across the street, and I have no neighbors. And up at the door is a black male and a Hispanic male. Well, she don't answer the door right away because she's scared. Well, me knowing that these burglars are targeting vacant houses, not occupied houses, I tell her, well, after she gets her gun, to let them know that she's in there. So she goes, grabs her Glock 40 that I got her for personal protection, so she racks around in front of the front window before contacting him, but unbeknownst to him, to her, they were peering in the window, seeing her jacking that round in, beep, beep. So, we think that this group is not just somebody that's local here. We're getting hit from, Sarasota's getting hit, Nokomis, Norfolk, Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte. And we've actually got some tags off of some of these vehicles. They're being rented out of places on the other coast, like Fort Lauderdale, Miami. So it's a group, an organized group of people that are going down, not just targeting Northport, but all over the place. I like to give you some vehicle descriptions, but we got multiple vehicle descriptions because they're renting these cars. And, you know, they may rent it for 3 or 4 days, return it, get another car. We know it ain't just isolated to a small group of people. We're probably talking anywhere between 20 to maybe 100 individuals that are doing this together. It's easier for them to fence it when they get all this. And they're targeting mostly just jewelry. The big TVs and stuff they leave behind, they're going to the master bedroom, taking jewelry. They're even leaving guns behind, thank God. We got enough of those out on the streets. But we had, I'd say in the last 3 months, probably at least 30 residential burglaries here in our city. No more than our neighboring towns and counties. It's just all up and down in this area. So just something to be familiar with. Cars, not, especially you might see this, it'd be, you know, you see somebody up at the front door as you're driving by, and next thing you know, they're, you know, peering in the windows around the house. You know, that's the house occupied, police call us because they're getting ready to hit that house. And other than that, in District 2, it's everything's slowed down. You know, most of what our problems have been is narcotic related, but it's always been the pills. Well, now these pills that these people are getting, it goes in a central database before they can get the prescription, and now we're finally, the state of Florida finally started controlling that, and we know in the law enforcement field, you know, drugs are the root of most crimes. Why do people commit robberies and burglaries a lot of times? Well, because they got to support their habits. So we're finding out they're venturing over to other drugs again, like marijuana, and, well, marijuana's not really a bad drug per se, but the heroines and the cocaines and stuff like that, but our drug problems have gone down, but our residential burglaries have gone up, and that's thanks to this organized group that works somewhat against us. But that's it. Anybody have any questions for me? Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarge. Appreciate it.
Treasurer's position. It's unfortunate, but Paul, my neighbor, our treasurer, has resigned from the watch. He was a great asset to our organization, and his level of participation will greatly be missed.
Who's that?
Paul, my neighbor, our treasurer, has resigned. So we currently have an open position for watch treasurer if anyone is interested. If anyone is interested, please contact one of the board members, and we'll be in touch with you. In the meantime, the treasurer's responsibilities will be divided among the board members. Any questions on that? So moving along to the financial report. Our opening balance as of October 1st was $1,427.88. We received a donation, general donation from Buffalo Wings and Rings for $100. And that brings us up to date with those donations. We also received various other donations from the door-to-door fundraising, member contributions, raffles, and the silent auction from the annual picnic. And they were specifically geared toward the child ID goal that we have. We had general expenses for the picnic, along with paying the annual charitable organization registration and topping up the watch fund. So our ending balance as of October 31st was $1,731.25. The financial report was sent out in an email to all members last week for them to review. Is there any questions about the financial report?
What was the $5,000 for the golf tournament?
That was the Shop with a Cop. We took the donations for them,
It's 500, not 5,000.
No, it was $5,490 was deposited into.
Oh, yes, sorry, yes, forgot about, it pass-through, yes, pass-through, yes.
So that's what that 5,000 was. That was the shop of the cop.
In return for that, they donated,
In return for the pass-through and the support that we gave them at the event, they donated to us the $500 tonight. Right, that was that donation. Are there any other questions about the financial report? Okay. Media tech report. We're now signed on with the eBay Giving Works. So that when anyone creates an online auction, they will have the opportunity to donate a portion or percentage of those funds from that profit to our organization. We can also directly sell items for donations as well. It's a great program to be a part of. We've actually already sold 2 items through eBay, so we've gotten donations. One was a printer that Rick Amos donated to us. We sold it for, I believe it's $24, some cents, and the bidder paid for the shipping as well, so all that money is donated to the watch. And since we're part of this eBay Giving Works, they waive all of the listing fees, so there are no fees involved when we list items on eBay. So if anybody currently lists items on eBay, you can always go in and put a percentage of your final sale to go back to our organization. If you have items that you'd like to donate and to be listed on eBay, but you don't have a computer, if you don't have an eBay account, feel free to send me an email or give me a call, and I'll pick up those items and list them for the watch and take care of the shipping and listing and all that. And that email address would be info@ntmw.org. Does anybody have any questions about the eBay Giving Works? Anyone? One of our goals, which was discussed at the last meeting, was the Adopt a Street. After review, the Board of Directors has decided to contact the Department of Public Works, and we've adopted 2 miles off of Chamberlain, 1 mile north and 1 mile south of Price. The first scheduled cleanup that we have for that street was sent out in the newsletter last week. Will be this Saturday, November 10th. We're going to start the cleanup at 8 o'clock. It should run only a few hours. Anyone that's interested in coming out to that event, we do just ask that you dress appropriately, long sleeves, long pants, boots, comfortable shoes, no sandals, things like that. All other supplies will be given to you at the event, gloves, safety glasses, trash pickers, bags, everything like that will be supplied. If you want to sign up for it, there's a clipboard in the back that you can sign up for that event.
So you're not in uniform?
We have work shirts from the Holiday Fest that were already sprayed up with NPNW on it, so we will give you that to use that day, so you don't have to mess up your polo shirt. Any questions about the Adopt a Road, or the Adopt a Street program?
So you're just gonna pick up the debris or what?
Yeah. Yeah, any trash.
Cardboard, things like that?
Yeah, just the trash that's on the side of the road. There is a list of things that we will not pick up, and we'll go into detail on that, right now. Let's see. Items that should not be picked up: drug paraphernalia, hazardous materials, propane tanks, dead animals, heavy objects, anything that seems dangerous. Pretty much, if you don't want to touch it, we'll just call and he'll pick it up. But the things that we will pick up, if there's tires or pieces of tires, pieces of plastic bag, metal, clothes, shoes, miscellaneous plastic, miscellaneous paper, just things on this side of the road.
So you're gonna meet at Price and Chamberlain?
We are going to meet on Simpson, which is the 1 mile mark north of Price. Simpson Avenue. It's on the left-hand side.
That time is?
We're going out at 8 o'clock, so if you can show up a little early, that would be great.
adopt a road, system where it is, we've adopted this one, and after we maintain it for a year, we get a sign put on that portion of the road.
Yes. Yeah, they will put up a sign saying that, the Northport Neighborhood Watch has adopted to maintain that section of road.
So some of the folks that were not here last month or read it in the newsletter, that's the purpose. So put our name out there and show, that we're providing another service to the community. So, let's come out and help, absolutely.
And it shouldn't take very long. And along with the sign, we'll also be registered with the Beautify America program. I guess it's on their ledger, so we'll be registered there as well. Along with the Adopt a Park, we've also looked into, along with Adopt a Street, we've also looked into adopting a park as well. And after visiting 17 of the 22 parks of Northport, the board has decided to adopt Hope Park, which is located at 8161 Lombra Avenue. We submitted the application to the Adopt a Park coordinator, and they're reviewing that for approval right now. I believe there's some wording with the application that they're looking to change for legal issues, but there's nothing on our part.
Where's that parking at, sir?
It's,
It runs off of Biscayne, north of 41, just south of the entrance to, what is that, Jockey Club.
yeah,
South of Jockey Club.
Jockey Club. Rick and I went out to most of the parks in Northport and photographed a lot of them. And actually, I have a slideshow for some people that maybe are not familiar with the park, so you can see the state that the park is in currently.
Okay. There we go.
Compared to other parks in the city, this park is one of the ones that is in disrepair.
The sand in the areas, the playground area there, we were told by neighbors is full of broken bottles and other debris that needs to be cleaned up.
And, yeah, the equipment is rusted, so maybe need to be sandblasted, repurposed or replaced.
This park is in sharp contrast to a park that's just several blocks away from it, that was adopted by a group called,
Friends of Kirk Park.
Friends of Kirk Park. And that, I don't know if you put any pictures of it.
I did, at the end, I put examples of the other,
Definitely a contrast.
so once you take a look at some of the deterioration of the equipment that they have there.
Are they just gonna clean it, or are they looking into painting it and stuff like that too?
Well, we're adopting it, so with the adopting, we are going to have to come up with ideas for improving the park. So if we want to replace the equipment, or we want to repurpose the equipment, or purchase additional equipment to go along, these are all plans that we would have to put into place for approval and take care of. The first event would just basically be going out and cleaning up. It's a pretty big park.
Who's responsible for ascertaining the safety of the equipment that's currently there? I mean, before, you just don't go in and slap a coat of paint on metal. I mean, if it's fatigued or whatever,
Anything would have to be approved by the city.
but we don't have any structural engineers on the neighborhood watch, right? I mean, we can't go out and determine whether or not the stuff is even worthy of being painted or replaced. How do you make that
So
determination?
if we say we want to go out and repurpose, we would submit that to the city, they would evaluate it and say,
Okay,
it's degraded too far,
okay,
it's replaced.
so there is a process.
Everything has to be,
Okay,
we
okay.
can't just say,
Right, okay.
mid-month, we're gonna go out and paint. have to get approval for exactly what we want to do.
Okay.
And these are other parks that are in North Fork currently. This is, Hillsborough Park, I believe, and this is Blue Ridge. Most of these parks all have the nice barriers with the mulch, no sand pits, or glass or debris can be brought in.
Okay.
So we're still waiting on approval for that. Hopefully, for the next meeting, we will have more information on the approval process. Is there any other questions? Yes.
Okay, what was the address of that farm?
It is 8161 Lombra Avenue. It's Lombra Avenue. It's off of Biscayne. Moving along. Approval, child ID equipment. Oh, and this was just a, I'm not gonna have this on there twice, sorry, that is the eBay Giving Works. Currently, all proceeds are going toward the child ID goal that we have, which is to upgrade that equipment, to more updated equipment. Next, committee reports. Terry, do you have a committee report for us?
I do. First of all, I hope everyone had a good time here at that picnic.
Mm-hmm.
I sure did. A lot of food. And the other thing is to let you folks know that I have the application here for the meeting choice for the Depot Brady. If you'd like to have another one, or you can fill it out tonight, I would appreciate it. Going back to the child ID video, I've been out in the area looking for a place for us to have a child ID video event once a month. I talked to the library today, and they told me that they would give me Saturdays, but at varied times. I didn't think that was a particularly good idea, but I will go back up there and see if there was something they could do about moving some of the things they already have scheduled around so that we could get in there. If not, one of the ex-commissioners has told me that he will look around for a spot, and Steve suggested that I go to,
Goodwill.
what is it?
Goodwill.
Goodwill, yes. And I think I've had a fantastic child ID video team. They've all showed up. We have a couple of ladies that aren't even members, but they're member spouses. Mary Melinek has been my right hand in most of this, and so has Eileen Murphy. So if you see them, please give them a thank you for it. And I believe at the child ID video event we had at Toledo Glade, we did about 24 youngsters, which was pretty good, I thought.
That's great.
So I think that's all I have.
Thank you. Prevention of operations manager.
Yeah, a couple things. We had a parking detail just recently at the same fall festival. Bill Ringer, myself, and Marty Murphy were there. It was crazy. There were more cars there than I recall seeing the last time we were there. They were parking out onto Geranium just because they ran out of space. So I communicated with the coordinator from the school and made a suggestion that maybe next year, if they're going to do it, they invite us back, they would at least consider the idea of opening up the soccer field first for the primary area parking. That would give us an opportunity to really get a lot of cars in there, and then the overflow could go down the traffic circle. It might be a lot easier. They're going to think about that. So we were successful. They were pleased. So, and I thank the guys that came out. Nobody got hurt. There were no accidents, so that was the important thing.
May I make a comment?
Please, Bill.
Well, there was a slight accident. A woman was parking along the street and ran into a mailbox, but...
Oh, well, that wasn't us. That was nothing to do with us.
But what I really emphasize, we were there from 4 to 8:30.
Yeah.
Or less. And we missed our supper hour.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was fortunate enough to run into a hot dog stand, and they recognized that I was a volunteer. hot dog. But, I would like to see us get some sort of a voucher for food at the next week. Because I was getting pretty hungry by 7 o'clock in the evening, and I wolfed down 2 hot dogs, which was pretty important for the set. But see if you can't get us some food vouchers the next time.
I will bring it up and see what, how it, if it flies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully, we're going to be able to continue this. I'm going to do this tonight. It's the end of the quarter. It's the end of the year. We've talked about it for a long time, and I was given 3 gas cards to recognize some folks who I felt were worthy of it. I went through and gave this long, hard thought, went back, looked at some records, and came up with 3 areas that I'd like to recognize some folks in. The first one is for unwavering commitment and dedication to the Child Active Video Program. Terry recognized your folks tonight. I appreciate that. There's somebody here who I don't think gets enough credit. Somebody who started this program basically and has stuck with it through thick and thin, and never asked for anything. And I'm just going to give a little recognition to Chief. He might help with your gas. Some of you folks were here way back when I first started. There was a requirement kind of that we were all kind of expected to put in 12 hours a month patrolling, and that seems like an awful big number to a lot of people. But we got some folks out there that I don't even begin to talk about these 2 guys over here, because I don't think anybody can keep up with them with their golf cart. I mean, 300 miles a month.
Not a golf cart, it's a slow-moving
Excuse
vehicle.
me. Whatever you want to call it. But the little thing they pop around with, and they've already told me to ignore them, so I'm going to do that. But we got folks out there that month in and month out just put in a lot of time and a lot of miles in support of this organization, in support of the community, and I think it deserves a little bit of recognition. So for continuous exceeding expectations regarding patrol activities, Bill Ringer. And leadership is not always pleasant, not always readily identified and recognized. So I also looked in the area of leadership, and, I think Russell and I have talked about, block captains needing a pat on the back now and then. I agree, and going forward, I think we'll come up with somebody to do that. But because I've got this gas card, for exemplifying the role of block captain on an ongoing basis, Cecil Oyko. Yeah, I'm really Cecil. Every time Cecil goes out and might have a problem, Cecil's right there to help me fix it, solve it. He never complains. He just does what he's supposed to do, and there's a lot more than he's supposed to do. So I really appreciate it. So hopefully we'll be able to continue this program. Everybody, does a great job, but there are some folks that just kind of once in a while just get a little bit higher above, and I'd like to be able to recognize them. So we'll figure out how to do it. We don't have a lot of money. We recognize that, but we'll come up with some good ways. I think we're already working on something. One of our members has already floated a few ideas, and we're going to pursue it. Block captain meetings, I've talked to Steve. I'm going to try and expedite the process. Instead of 5 guys or 6 guys or gals give reports, we're going to try and come down to 1 report. I only got 1 tonight. Hopefully, as we go forward, I'll be getting more and more from the guys and gals. But I did get a report from the block captain on D1D. For those of you who do not know where D1D is, it's basically everything past River Road. If you go out of Northport, you come to River Road. If you go west, there's East River Road down there. It's a little community just behind the Oyster River Grill down there. That's part of Northport. I didn't realize that at first, but those are our houses down there. And if you go further down, you come to Island Walk and Presidio. Well, that's also in Northport. And we do have a block captain who did take on responsibility for handling D1D. So he basically gave me a report that since they put up the gates and their neighborhood watch signs, they talked to a group of people who manage their funds to come up with a bunch of signs. They posted some signs in the community and started patrolling. Things have quieted down. There were some issues out there. They actually came, and I was part of a meeting with Lieutenant Fitzpatrick. Because they are public roads, which I wasn't aware, a lot of the roads out there are public, folks could come in and just drive all the way through. Well, folks are getting very upset about that, seeing all these strange cars and stuff. So now I guess the things have quieted down. The only thing they see now are the pigs out there, or the hogs out there, you know, snuffling around looking for goodies. And occasionally, they do see a Northport PD car. Now, I will tell you that Lieutenant Fitzpatrick is out there probably more frequently than you realize. You will see his unmarked car out there quite frequently. But so that's what, you know, we hope to get from each of you block captains, a little blurb once a month that we can share with the rest of the members that what's going on in our areas, what we're doing, positive, negative, suggestions, whatever we'll take. So the membership, you know, understands that the block captains are out there and working hard. And I think that's all I got.
Very good, thank you. Upcoming events, like I said, November 10th, will be the Adopt a Street event, which we'll be meeting up on Simpson Avenue, which is 1 mile north of Price for that event. December 5th, we have no general membership meeting in December, so don't come in, we will be here. The next event would be December 7th, Christmas party, and then our next membership meeting is January 2nd. We did have a newcomer event this past Saturday, and I did sign up for the next 4 events for this next year. So I know CC usually go out to it. Those dates are February 2nd, May 4th, August 3rd, and November 2nd. So we're signed up for all 4 of those upcoming newcomer dates.
That is at the library.
That is at the Northwood Library. They had a good turnout last week, quite a few people.
Just one upcoming event is not, of course, anybody is welcome to attend them. I've scheduled a block captain meeting for November 27th, 7 o'clock in the squad room at the substation. All members are welcome. The block captains are going to be discussing our ideas for coming up with a recruitment plan. And part of that recruitment plan is possibly a safe night at the park. Lieutenant Fitzpatrick suggested this at our last meeting, and we're going to pursue that further to see what that really means to us and how we can support it. So Lieutenant Fitzpatrick will be there. I don't know about Lieutenant Lorenz, but their participation is not mandatory. They're on if they want to come, they're welcome to come. But you all are welcome to come and sit and suggest. But it is a working meeting, and we do propose to try and get something accomplished that night. Thank you.
Are there any other events that we need to know of going forward?
Do we have an approximate head count on the Christmas party?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 so far. Mike's going to get his in tomorrow or in Mary. But, if anyone would be interested in coming, I do have the little stuff tonight that has the menu on it. And it's fun. It's always fun up there. I hope that you all consider coming. We don't make it a long, drawn-out affair. Some of us have a cocktail or two, or 3 or however many we want. But we don't drive home with our cocktail. We have a driver. But anyhow, the menu is going to be steak, fish, or
Chicken.
Seafood or fish, or
Chicken.
So hopefully you'll consider coming out. And like I said, if you need a menu, I have it. And all you have to do is fill it out, or tell me what you want, and I'll get it up done when you have to see. Which reminds me, Steve, may I approach you now and give you some more money?
No problem. Yeah, thank you.
This is the $2 that I owe you, and the folks that just left, each gave me $20, and I had no change to give them. So I told them at the Christmas party, we will make sure that they get their money back.
I don't know what their names are.
Yeah. That was Rich Medora and
Yes, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Thank you.
Medora, yeah.
Okay, so there's the $30 we want out of it.
That's all right, I was done.
Is there any old business that we need to address?
Quick question.
Sure.
What was the event earlier here tonight at Spitz's?
That was the donation from the our participation with the Shop with a Cop.
Oh, okay.
They were nice enough to present us with a $500 check.
Really nice.
Is there any new business that we need to address tonight? Yes.
I just have a question. Did we ever hear anything from Jody at the, last year's event?
That event is, no,
Because they did it again this year.
yes, they did.
No? Okay.
The time to pursue that had come and gone.
So what?
The time to pursue that had come and gone. We didn't pursue when we should have, and
And then we burned our bridges.
we did.
That kind of was kicked around too many times and it's done.
Okay, I thought maybe there was some,
No,
We can't lift,
unfortunately, no.
Yep.
we can't lift that calf again, that cow is,
Yep.
out of the pasture.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yes, sir.
Any word on that, radio event that was done?
I have not heard from RJ about when that event, that is gonna start airing on their broadcast, on the internet. I believe that they're having some problems because nothing is going as smoothly as they forecast. I did get one update, maybe last month with the two-week, schedule. But after that, there was nothing new. And I've been to their website a few more times and they're still posting, the same information. So they're not, I think they're struggling right now, I believe. But, that's as far as we know about that. Is there any other new business, old business that we should be discussing tonight? Okay. Can we get a motion?
I move to adjourn.